Hey there, this is Gary from BandBreeze. Today I'd like to talk to you about something that is super important. In fact, probably one of the most important elements of your public landing page. And that is because it is the first thing that typically eyeballs land on when your page loads. And that is your main band image, or sometimes referred to as hero image. But what we're talking about is, let me jump over to an example site. This main photo here is your main band image. And the image that you choose for your main band photo really has an impact into how your overall site presents, and especially how it works with your chosen theme. So let's jump back over to BandBreeze and try a couple things. Now, right now, I don't have a photo loaded up. To demonstrate why this is important, let's first just choose a random band photo. It's just something I grabbed off the internet. If this is your band, my apologies. But it's not a great photo for several reasons. Uh, it's kind of a mess. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background. the the color palette is kind of bland. You got the tan here. Nobody's looking at the camera. It's a little bit out of focus, not real sharp, but it will serve as a good example why choosing the right photo is important. So next, let's go to our appearance section and we'll choose a template. I'm just going to go ahead and choose the same template that we pulled up on the example site. Now this particular template is kind of a quirky pop art comic book kind of vibe. So it's not going to work for everybody, obviously. And that also illustrates another very important point is you need to choose the right template, the right theme to pair with your band photo to get kind of the overall vibe that you're going after. And, that's dependent on the genre of music that you play and various things like that. So first of all, here is the template. I'm going to change the branding options to look more like the example site. As you can see, when you open it full screen, it becomes even more apparent why this is not a great choice. It's, again, just kind of messy. There's really no focal point of the photo. Now we'll jump back over to the dashboard and see how we can fix this. I'm going to go back to the band details section, and I'm going to replace this photo with something more appropriate. So this is kind of a cool photo, gives you a little bit of a retro 80s vibe. And let's save this and see how that looks with the template. We'll refresh. Okay, as you can see, it's already infinitely better and just kind of integrates with the color scheme much better. But you don't have to stop here. There's actually a lot of cool things you can do to really make your main band image pop. So before we move on to recap, you first want to choose a theme that aligns with your band identity. And then you want to choose a band image that fits that theme so that it integrates and looks great. And I think this looks pretty good, but let's take it a step further. There's a lot of cool things you can do with your main band photo. Let me demonstrate. And I'm going to do this utilizing a couple of free online tools. The first one is this cartoon effect tool. And I will post the link so that you can visit and try this out for yourself. And we're going to upload the photo that we're using. And let's see what it does. So you can see it's applied kind of a retro cartoon comic book type of effect. Pretty cool, right? So let's go ahead and download that. And so now I'm going to jump over to another tool that I use occasionally. Now I do have Photoshop that I use pretty extensively, but for quick and dirty, this doesn't require any installation of software on your machine. You can just go to the website. It's free to use. And this is the Adobe function to remove a background from an image. So we're going to upload the cartoonized photo that we just created. And you can see that it's removed the background. I'll show you why we did this. So now let's click this button here, open in Adobe Express. You can see it's open here on the canvas. The next thing I will do is I'm going to go back to the upload button here. I'm going to choose this background that I downloaded. And there's lots of free resources for these kinds of images. Pexels is one. There's a bunch of them. So I'm going to choose this kind of comic book background, and I'm going to right click, send to back. And that's going to bring my main image here to the forefront. And so we've got kind of a retro comic look for our main band image. And I'm going to download that. And now we will jump back over to BandBreeze. And let's go ahead and replace this with the compiled photo that we just created. We'll save. Go back to our appearance section, apply the template to the same theme that we were looking at before. First, let's adjust the branding options so that it looks like the example template. We do that by clicking here. And this particular theme example is using band name on the main image, so we'll choose that. Let's go ahead and apply it. And let's click the View Site button and open it full screen. And as you can see, it really pops with the colors. It integrates well with the theme, kind of keeps that quirky retro vibe, and I just think it looks really cool. Now, just to kind of hammer this point home, let's go back to the dashboard. Let's go back to the band details section. Let's go back to that old photo. And we'll save that. Go back to appearance. And now we will just, I won't apply the theme, but we will just click the preview full screen so we can do a side-by-side comparison. So here's the site with the new photo applied. Again, it's kind of a mess. I don't know. I don't think it looks very good. The colors don't match. It's just very disjointed looking. So we'll compare this to the photo example that we created for the main image. And you can just see it's a much better fit, matches the theme, looks very cool, I think. So to summarize, you want to first choose a theme that aligns with your band identity. Choose a photo that works well with that theme, matches the colors, orientation, size, and all of that. And if you even want to take it a step further, use any of the various online free tools or Photoshop if you have something like that, and punch that photo up with some cool effects, and you will have a really cool public landing page. So that's it for today. If you need some assistance with this type of thing, click on the professional services link within the BandBreeze dashboard on the left navigation menu, and we would be glad to help you out. So have a good one, happy building, and we'll see you next time.